Alright, so it is currently Monday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. It's like 2 something. Currently sitting in my car because I'm about to head out. But this is the only time that I get to actually have some quiet time because my kids are like so loud. I look horrible again. I'm not gonna lie, I did not get any sleep last night. Like, I was up on and off because my son just kept waking up. Like, Leon's getting in the habit of actually getting up in the middle of the night. Usually he sleeps pretty soundly other than like a diaper change maybe that bothers him. So yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't really wear makeup unless I'm going somewhere, and even then I'm just like really lazy. So I'm gonna be answering some questions that I had everyone on my Snapchat send me, and I have to use my phone to record this, so I'm gonna try to remember. If not, like, I'll edit it in a way where it looks like I'm just, anyways. So one of the first questions was like, did I ever get judged when I was pregnant with my first son? Because there's some people who are judgmental about how pregnant people should be, or something along the lines of that. So let me just upfront say, first and foremost, with my firstborn, when I was pregnant with him, I was so judged. I had nothing but judgmental people in my life. Now, mind you, this was my first son, so usually when you have your first child, that's when you have a lot of judgmental people in your life because it's your first time and you've never gone through this. You don't know what to expect, and even when you're being told what to expect, you are still surprised. Like, you still go to these people because they've gone through it, or at least they know more about it than you do. Well, I was judged in so many aspects of my life. First and foremost, the thing that threw off a lot of people was that I was pregnant at 18. Let that sink in. Pregnant at 18. I had already graduated. Way before. I had already graduated high school way before I gave birth to my son. I was like only 3 months pregnant towards the end of my senior year, so it's not like it held me back. And I didn't use it as an excuse not to go to college. I knew I wasn't going to go to college because my career, you don't need to go to college unless you're getting your master's. You get your certificates. So, and I had already established my career when I was like 16. And I had references, I had the hookups, I networked a lot. So to me, college was not a necessity. So I was financially stable. I had a place to live. I was getting my stuff together. I was already married. And a lot of people just judged me for the fact that how fast I did these things and when I did it. Like, most people would have rather just me get married after I graduated high school, or my mom at least wanted me to get some kind of degree. And now, mind you, my mom has like a middle school education because when she was growing up in Mexico, you had to pay to go to school. It's not like America, you get free public school. So she only has like a 5th or 6th grade education. So she doesn't really understand, the hard work that goes into anything past those grades. Now, I'm not saying she's dumb. No, please don't misinterpret anything I said. All I'm saying is school systems work in different countries differently. And, from the time she was raised, like back in the 60s, 70s, whatever, is a lot different than when I was in school, period. So let's not twist any of my words. Sorry if the steering wheel's bothering you. I'm gonna try to angle this better and get in the view. But anyways, like I was saying, I was judged also because I married a white man, so my babies would be mixed. I married a man who my father did not approve of. At least he never verbally told me that he approved of him. Let me see. My family was just overall judgmental because I am the baby girl of the family. I have many siblings. Everybody knows I have 10 brothers and I only have one sister, and I'm like 10th down the line. So yes, I have a lot of people who are older than me, who are judging me, who think I was just dumb, who thinks that I just wasn't prepared. Now, mind you, my parents, not just my parents, my family has never been supportive of anything I've ever done. They haven't been supporting of everything I ever wanted. The way they think of everything is, how much money are you making? And don't bother us for money. That's it. That's the only thing that matters to them. So, to them, my happiness was never a priority. My mentality, my mental health was never a priority. I had my own apartment at the time. I was financially stable. Me and my husband were both working. We were fine, you know. I don't see why I was getting judged, but I just was. And it just comes to show you that no matter how prepared you think you are for things, everybody was just like, oh, well, you should have waited. Oh, well, you're not eating healthy enough. Oh, this and that. Mind you, I did have health problems when I got pregnant. I still have chronic health problems now. I've always had them my entire life. That's why they're chronic. So, everybody's going to have this idea of how a pregnant woman should live her life. And we all judge. Even me. I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't judged a pregnant woman. I judge. We all judge people. And I'm not perfect, but I'm very understanding. All right? And I factor in a lot of things. Like, anybody who's ever had a real conversation with me or spent time with me, and we see people and you call them out for something, or I call them out for something, I'm quick to catch myself and be all like, you know, maybe she came to Walmart looking all raggedy, looking like she just done woke up, because maybe the bitch did just done woke up. Maybe she got 6 kids at home and I don't even fucking know. Maybe she hasn't slept. Maybe she's been working 80 hours this whole week and this is the first time she's been able to get out the freaking house, even though it's a Walmart trip. You see what I'm saying? We all have ideas of how people should live their life, and I think it's harder on pregnant women. Because for some odd reason, even though we know that pregnant women go through certain changes, a lot of changes, we still think they need to look cute. We still think that they can't be fat and pregnant. We still think that they have to dress a certain way. And I got judged a lot. Like, God forbid that I eat something, I had too heavy of a meal, or I give in to my cravings. Somebody was always like nagging at me and being in my ear like, no, you know, just trying to control just that aspect. And it was very, very freaking annoying, let me tell you. And, you know, I had a lot of supporters who were all like, it's good that you're having kids young. You have more energy. And when you're like 25 and up, you're not going to have as much energy as you did when you were 18, 19, 20, you know. And that's very true. That's one of the reasons I wanted to have kids early, because I ain't going to be 35 and trying to wake up in the middle of the night. When I'm 35, I want my kids to hand me the damn remote. I want my kids to handle their own damn chores. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying my kids are slaves. Like I said, don't misinterpret anything I'm saying, but like, let's be realistic. As the older you get, the more you want to relax. So to sit here and be all like, oh, you should have waited until you're 25. Well, let's do the math. By the time they're 18, I'm this age. And by the time I'm that age, which is around what you currently are as a person who's telling me this, you don't want to do anything any more than I do. So how are you going to sit here and tell me that, like, oh, I should have waited? Like, everybody has told me that. Even to this day, I am 22 goddamn years old. Everybody's like, you should have waited. Or everybody's telling me what to do with my body and how I should live my life, and it's really freaking annoying. Like, I cut out anybody who tries to do that, because it's not your place to say anything. You're not in my shoes. You're not paying my bills. You're not legally responsible for any of my children. So please stop. But they're always like, you need to stop having kids. You need to put your health first. You need to get your career together. First and foremost, you don't know anything about me. Please shut your mouth. I do have everything on lock. Just because I'm not all doing it at the same time, that doesn't make me a successful adult. a productive person, especially since it comes out of the mouths of hypocrites. They want to sit here and tell me, oh, stop having kids, y'all are already swamped as it is. Okay, cool story. As all you do all day is sit on a computer and don't do any chores around the house. So please tell me again why you're opening your mouth to someone who's actually doing stuff in the world. You see what I'm saying? And back to the whole thing, like, it's a culture difference. Like, in America, we expect people to have kids around 25 to 35, that 10-year gap, even though medically speaking, women stop producing eggs from the age 35 to 45. Like, it starts slowing down, while males will always produce semen until they're like 80. So you have less of a chance to have kids, and even then, it's not like everybody's gonna get pregnant right away. And in my culture, it's actually the norm to get pregnant anywhere from 15 to 18. That's when they expect you. They also expect you to get married by the time you're pregnant. If not before, then during or after you have your kids. But you get married young. And it seems like everywhere but America is like that. Like, there's parts of Europe, don't get me wrong, but it's just like white people. And I get told that a lot by, like, my in-laws. Like, they just don't understand the culture difference, and it's very disrespectful to sit here and say, oh, you should think about being on birth controls, getting your tubes tied, or telling my husband to get snipped. Like, first and foremost, that's none of your goddamn business. Secondly, y'all are the only grandparents involved, and I had to cut the other grandparents out of their life because they didn't know, one, how to keep their mouth shut, mind their own business, and stop saying things in front of my kids that don't need to be said, or involving them in situations that they don't need to be involved in. And my current in-laws are really pushing that line. So, like, it's very offensive, and especially my religious beliefs. I am Catholic, so to sit here and tell me, like, to do things with my body that God had not intended for naturally is very offensive to me. I feel like there's never an age where you're gonna be ready, because you can mentally prepare yourself to a certain extent, but that's just mental. What about the physical? What about the emotional? You don't know what you're getting into until it actually happens. And yeah, I've raised kids my whole life, but it's different because at the end of the day, at least depending on the situation, I still gave them back at the end of the day. You know, there was a timeline where I gave them back to their parents. So it really is culture. It really is where you live, is that it's the norm. It just depends on a lot. I personally don't feel like obviously, I feel like you should be an adult, and that's at 18 in America. So I feel like, but I also believe that if God wants it to happen, God will make it happen. So if it happens, it was for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that with all my heart. So if he wanted you to have a baby, and as messed up as it is to say, at like 13, 14, maybe that's what you needed. I don't think that he wouldn't give you something you weren't prepared for, or that you weren't gonna come out better from. So that's my opinion on that. I am sorry it took me like 50 minutes to answer one question, but y'all need to understand from the beginning to the end how that worked. All right, so my next question was, what is your next move / step for you / your 2019? Like, are you doing anything big or what? And honestly, my next move in 2019, I don't think I fully know, but I know what I want to do. Like, I can't sit here and give you specifics. That's what I mean. My generalization of it is to finally 100% commit myself and give my all of what I'm capable of. So Like, what I mean by that is I'm tired of making excuses, and I'm tired of people making excuses for me. You're either here with me 100% or you're not. And I'm either here for you 100% or I'm not. So I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the facades, the fakeness. There's a helicopter flying by right now. I'm tired of the fakeness. I'm tired of the facades. Whatever you want to call it, I'm done with it. So I'm here for reality. I'm here for what's possible. I'm here to commit. And there's nothing stopping me. Like, I really don't care what people think about me. I know what people say about me. I know what people think about me, but I don't care anymore. Because at the end of the day, none of y'all are living my life. None of y'all are in my shoes. None of y'all are making my decisions. And none of y'all can. Y'all can sit here and talk mad smack. You can sit here and write comments. You can sit here and pass little rumors or find crap up from my past, but at the end of the day, that's not who I am today. And all that made me who I am today. So that's just proof of how far I come. So I'm not trying to really revisit the past in 2019. I'm only moving forward. And I know a lot of y'all would love for that, especially with all the drama that's gone on in the past like 3 years. Mainly the last couple months, but I don't know, guys. Like, I'm so tired. I'm too dang old for this. It's not who I am no more. All right, like, maybe there was a time where I could have done all this and I was so all about it, but it's not about me no more, and it hasn't. And it's finally hit me 100%. Like, I was maybe 70, 80, maybe 95. But it's hit me 100% now because God has shown me the way. And I'm sorry if that's not what you believe in. Nobody's asking you to believe in this. You know, this is just me. Y'all ask me questions. I'm just answering it with full-on honesty. It hasn't been about me since my first son was born, and it has taken me a lot of time, effort to realize that. I have to set an example, and I have to pave their foundation for their lives. So if you're not about it, I ain't about it, and I ain't about anything that's gonna harm my children or bring them drama. So that's what I'm trying to do 2019. Protect my kids and build them a solid foundation, because the reality is they rely on me a lot more than I ever thought. And if I'm not happy, they're not happy. You know, it's a reflection. You're a product of your environment, and I never want to say, I want to build them a good environment. So the third question is, are you getting back into the YouTube scene? By this video, yes, I am. And I'm trying to. 2019 is going to be my YouTube year. But I need y'all's help. I need y'all to support me. I need y'all to be with me. I need y'all to spread the message. You know, it doesn't even have to be financially. I ain't asking you to donate no damn money. I'm just asking you to take some time to involve yourself in my videos. Okay, so I got my family in the car, so I apologize. I said I would upload by 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. 3:25, so I'm gonna try to finish this. It's probably gonna be late by the time I actually upload it because I suck to edit it. Anyway, so the next question is, how's my health been? My health has been like rocky, and right now it's in the middle. I'm not healthy, but I'm not dying. It's steadily declining for a lot of reasons that the doctors don't even know. So part 2 to that question is, you let people in on what's going on, but I haven't really updated. I update as I know stuff. I update when I have the facts. I guess I should really update y'all on everything. I just don't like to say possibilities, because the last thing I heard was that I was going to need a liver transplant, and that my liver was only good for the next 2 years if I was staying on top of it. Sorry, Leon's cranky. And that, you know, my anemia apparently is very, very bad. to the point where they don't understand why I'm that bad and why I've been this way for my whole life. I also just recently found out today for my 3-week checkup that apparently the lining of my uterus, like the lower part of my uterus, is thin. And that just means that for my next pregnancy, I went from being at risk with Leon to practically like dying on the surgery table to now like it could happen. Alright guys, so now I'm back home and I apologize for the background music. I was trying to get in the, you know, Christmas spirit and stuff. So I'm also going to apologize for any other background music. Wow, other background noise that you hear. Anyways, we're going to continue these questions. Sorry for the lighting. I swear to God, I'm trying to be like really good about this. Alright, so I'm home now. My next question was, and I'm looking at it, do you want any more kids or is that it for you? Me and my husband agreed on 4. I used to want 6, but obviously after having 3 and really thinking about it, I think I just want to stop at 4. Now, does that mean I'm going to get my tubes tied and whatnot? Probably not. Alright, so this is probably the question that everybody was asked, like waiting for, really wanted to be asked, and a lot of y'all just didn't have the, you know, the boldness to ask. And it's, what's the deal with your husband? To be honest, I air out a lot of my stuff on social media. I'm honest, I'm blunt, I let y'all in probably a lot more than I should. But it's also because and I would do this to a friend too, it's just the fact that he's my husband that he got it a lot worse, or it seems a lot worse. If you are so close to me that I sacrifice, that I give you my everything, and then you go behind my back and hoe me, you best believe I'm gonna put that crap on blast. Alright, nobody escapes from it, especially when there's life commitments there. Alright, now first and foremost, he is my husband. He's not my boyfriend, he's not my best friend, he ain't just my baby daddy, he ain't just a sperm donor, he is my husband. Now I know in 2018, 2019, that might not mean a lot to a lot of you people, but to us, it was a real commitment. Okay, I'm not going to speak for him. For me, it was a real commitment. I was raised traditional. I still believed in a lot of things traditional. Marriage is sacred. It is a commitment between two people that they made in front of God, that they made to God. So it's not like, oh, we could just break up and move on. No, we went through that phase and we went higher. So it's a marriage. All right. Now you can't, especially in Texas, know your laws, people. In Texas, you can't just, there's no such thing as legal separation. All right. And cheating is illegal. All right. Y'all can get each other out for everything if y'all get caught and bring evidence. Okay. Look. So when people want to sit here and be like, oh, I can't believe you're working out with your husband, blah, blah, he's my husband. And anybody who really knows me knows that we've been in counseling and getting help for a long time. Things don't fix overnight. Things don't fix in a week. Things don't fix in a month. They don't even fix within that year. I try to be as open and as transparent I can with y'all. There's some things that either legally I can't put out there, or it's just too personal. And for some of y'all, you're gonna be like, what's too personal? Like, y'all aren't there to see the happy times. You're not there to see all the ugly times. When it gets bad, really bad. Now, mind you, if you were there for any of the social media incidents, you know that there's only really like 2 or 3. I think there's 3. They were in long gaps. Y'all don't get to see what happens in between that, nor was anything said including anything that happened in between that. So y'all just see like that really one bad time where it just got to its breaking point. I don't like to put titles to anything. I don't like to sit here and make anything official because I believe in jinxing things. I also believe in karma. I'm not spiteful. I'm not mean about anything. I accept what's given to me and I work with it. Like I said, it is a commitment from both sides. I didn't force a gun to anybody's head and say, hey, you have to be here. You have to make this commitment, you know. And we're not the only ones involved. Like, we have to think about our children. It's not just like you can throw it away like any other relationship. It just doesn't work like that. And like I said, in this day and age, it might not matter to a lot of people. It might not even mean a damn thing. But I can only speak for myself and really just say that, you know, I knew what I was getting into. I knew it was also going to be a lot of work. I knew there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I wasn't sitting here waiting for a happy Cinderella ending type shit. But you also got to sit here and ask yourself, you know, we're not the only ones who gone through this. I'm the only one who made it public. There's a difference. I know tons of couples who I've talked to who said they went through the same crap, if not worse. They have separated and then come back together. Ask your own parents. This is part of a natural relationship. Now, not everybody's perfect. I'm not saying that everything I went through was exactly what every couple's gonna go through. No. Everybody has their own extremes. Everybody has their own problems. And when people sit here and like are baffled about what? That I'm being an adult? Baffled that I'm going through actual adult problems? I'm not telling you to mind your own business, but just try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, all right, before you try saying anything or thinking anything. And although the situation has cost me probably more than it's worth, like I said in my other answers, this isn't just about me. I have 3 human beings who depend on me, and to sit here and linger or just be moping about stuff, time's gonna move on, life's gonna move on, and I can either hop on the train and get along with it, or I can stay there and hinder my children because I don't know how to get my shit together. Now, nobody says it has to be perfect, but their interest has to come first. So those who are close to us know the situation for what it is. They don't know, like, still, there's some things I like to keep to myself, but we're working on it. We're not perfect, and I'm learning. We're all a part of this. So, I don't know. I just feel like some of y'all really do know what's going on, and some of y'all just like to assume because y'all hate, or I feel like it was a blessing in disguise because it finally hit people that I'm also human, and it finally brought down that persona that a lot of people believed in, that I was perfect and that I made my life to seem like it was happy and dandy. I never tried to do that, and any of y'all really know that that's not what it is. And I'm hoping that this 2019, that's what I get to show you, the side of me that most people never get to see, because a lot of y'all like to assume I'm some type of way. A lot of y'all like to get in your feelings and think some type of way. Or some of y'all swear up and down y'all know me because y'all got a glimpse of some version of me in high school, or y'all got told something. Like, this is as raw as it gets. I've put my business out there. I continue to put my business out there. I continue to address things that I know I don't have to, but I mean, if it was me, I'd want to know. PS4, because he kept begging for it. He kept wanting a PS4 so he can play with his friends.
My friends don't even play with me.
Yeah, his friends don't even play with him. And I wanted Xbox because, like, there's a lot better things about Xbox right now that PS4 is showing that they're lacking, honestly. So If y'all have any more questions, please leave them in the comments down below.